All right, good afternoon, everybody. Today's the yartzeit of the Heilige Tosher Rebbe. I was zoche to see one time. I spent Shabbos once in Tosh, and Rebbeinu Shalom Feishman Mordechai Chusigel in Kusumain, and a dear friend of mine, the Nadverner Rebbe from Bloomingburg, is a big Tosher Chassid. He's from Tosh, but he lives in Bloomingburg now. And the Rebbe told us an amazing story about Tosher Rebbe that I'd like to share, and that our Rav, Rabbi Fishbane, loves to share. Maybe he'll tell it tonight. I don't know if he knows it's the yartzeit today. Maybe I'll tell him. I don't know. Anyway, the story goes as follows. There was a Yid, he was having problems with Parnassa, and he goes to Tosher Rebbe. This is back in the 60s, 50s, 60s, something like that. And he said, I need a job, ich darf Arbeit. The Rebbe gesagt, du darfst nicht kein Arbeit, du darfst Geld. You don't need money, you don't need a job, you need money. So that was it. And this fellow, he went to go buy a lottery ticket. He won $500,000. He made some investments. He lived off that the rest of his life. Didn't need a job, he just needed money. It's Hashem, the schus of telling the story, the power of telling Hasidic tales, is that the energy that's generated by these stories can bring blessings into our lives. That's what's often told among the Hasidic teachers. So the schus of teaching this story, we should be zoichet to parnas berevach. We can have a job and we can have money. We can have everything. We should be zoichet to shtei shulchanos. We should be zoichet to live up to it and receive these blessings that God wants to give us. That God wants to pour on us blessings until there's no end. So the schus of the Heilige Tzaddik, the Tosher Rebbe, schus Yigaleinu Valklis V'Lamein, Shmizoiche Take, to Parnas B'Revach, to the geld, money. You don't need a job, you need money. Right, you should have a job too. You need something to do with your day, right? Well, you could sit and learn also, but you could do both. If you have a job you enjoy, heard a very interesting thing. Jay Leno, he made millions of dollars. I think he got like $30 million a year from NBC to do the Tonight Show. And then they said it's time we have to lay off a lot of the people working here. We can't afford to pay them. He said, all right, so give me $15 million a year. I don't need $30 million a year. Why do we have to? These people, they deserve a good job. But that's one part of the story. The other part of the story was he never touched the money he made at the Tonight Show. He was on the Tonight Show for how long? I don't know, 15, 20 years, whatever it was. He never touched that money. He just put it away because he didn't trust that he'd always have that job. He lived off whatever he did, writing books, doing live appearances, whatever it was. But that's the money he lived off, and he lives a good life like that. And he said even to this day, he retired from the Tonight Show how many years ago, he still hasn't touched that money, and he lives a good life. Lives in a nice house, buys a lot of cars, things. Very interesting. So whatever it is, to have that type, we should all be able to do something like that, but also give a lot of tzedakah. That's what we need money for, is to give charity, to help people, to be a blessing on other people's lives, and in a real way. And in that way we should be zeiche. Shouldn't have to worry about doing things for money we don't want to do. Just we should do mitzvahs and do the right thing, do what we're supposed to do. And in that schus, we should all see all kinds of good things in our lives. Especially the schus of Heilige Tzaddik, Tosher Rebbe, whose yartzeit today, and other big tzaddik whose yartzeit today is a Pershla Spinka Rebbe, Shmuel Tzvi, and Avam Abish. Also, we should be zoichet to see big brachas. I'll tell you quickly that the Spinka Rebbe, very interesting. My wife, I think it was before she was Megayer, 20 years ago, she went into Biala Rebbe from Bnei Brak, was visiting Great Neck. And the minig of the tzaddikim, Motzei Shabbos, style in Knoble, right, to give out garlic. So he gave her a garlic clove. And my wife, she liked to go to Kibbutz Tzadikim, so she went to Spinka, And she said whenever she would go to Baba of Spinka, they're all there in Kalev, all the tzaddikim are buried there in Deans, New Jersey, in the Floral Park Cemetery. So she said whenever she went to Hershel Spinka, the garlic would sprout a little bit. And then eventually it's given for Shimmelt, and she got another garlic from Tosher Rebbe, and Nochamol Zois Gefein. That whenever she went to Hershel Spinka, she saw something. We don't know why, but that's what it was. Many beautiful stories of Hershel Spinka. He was a big tzaddik. He was a lovely person. I never saw him, but I know people who had big shaykhs to him. So anyway, thank you for watching. God bless. Please like and subscribe, comment, and the schus of holy tzaddikim and zols poltalos gits. Schus im gelinam klosul me. All right. How do I turn this thing off?